What's the funniest thing my son said when he woke up from surgery? So listen, my 9-year-old son Felix got his appendix out last Thursday. I'm sitting in the recovery room looking like I slept under a hospital cart, holding his hand while the anesthesia wears off. The nurse tells me, he might be a little disoriented. A little. Felix opens his eyes, looks at the ceiling and announces, "This is not my house." I'm like, "Baby, it's the hospital." He turns his head very slowly and looks at me. "Mom, yeah, your hair is doing something." I touch my hair. "I've been here 12 hours. He squints. "It's a lot." "Thank you, Felix." He looks at the nurse. "Why are you wearing that?" "That's her scrubs." He tilts his head. "She looks like a blueberry." The nurse bites her lip so hard, I think she needs her own stitches. My husband walks in. "Hey, buddy, how are you feeling?" Felix looks at him. "Dad?" He points. "You have a weird face." "Excuse me?" "It's a face thing, Dad. Your face is doing a weird thing." My husband touches his own cheek. "What thing?" Felix waves his hand. "Just the thing." He looks at me again. "Mom, when did Dad get that face? He always has that face." Felix shakes his head. "I didn't notice before." "I'm sorry," he tells my husband. My husband looks at me. "Is this normal?" The nurse is pretending to check a monitor. Her shoulders are shaking. Felix sits up slightly. He looks around the room. He points at a machine. "That machine is breathing like an old man." "It's helping you breathe, baby." He looks at it more closely. "Tell it to relax. It's stressing me out." A doctor comes in with a clipboard. "Felix, how do we feel?" Felix looks him up and down. "You're very tall." "I am." Felix nods. "Must be hard to find pants." The doctor pauses. "It can be." Felix nods again. "I thought so." He looks at me. "Mom, what was wrong with me again?" "You had appendix trouble." He processes this. "What does an appendix do?" "Nothing really." He stares at me. "So I have a useless organ." "Had." He points at me. "Dad has that too." My husband. "Excuse me?" "His personality." Felix says, with great sincerity. Then he looks at the ceiling. "Just kidding, Dad." He looks back down. "No, I'm not. I'm dying." My husband is very still. The doctor's writing something on his clipboard, but the pen isn't moving. Felix turns to the nurse. "What's your name?" "Patricia." He nods. "Patricia, you have a calming presence." Patricia beams. "Thank you, sweetheart." He nods, like a human weighted blanket. She's fully crying, laughing now. My husband quietly goes to get coffee. Felix watches him leave. He turns to me. "Mom, Is Dad okay?" "He's fine." "You called his personality a useless organ." Felix tilts his head. "That was rude." "Yes, it was." He looks toward the door. "I'll apologize when he comes back." "He did drive us here." "He did." Felix nods. "He's useful for driving." "A little." He holds up 2 fingers. "This much." He falls back against the pillow. He's quiet for a second. Then, "Mom, yeah. What's an appendix look like?" "Kind of like a little worm." He looks at the ceiling. "I had a worm in me." "Yes, and now I don't." "Correct." He nods slowly. "Upgrade." My husband comes back with coffee. Felix looks at him. "Dad." "Hey, bud." He tries to apologize. Didn't finish because he fell asleep mid-sentence. "Out?" "Just gone." My husband stands there. The nurse pats his arm. "He just said you're useful for driving." My husband looks at me. "I'll take it." 3 days later, Felix is totally normal. Licks hands. Remembers nothing. I told him what he said. He's quiet for a second. Then, "Did I apologize to Dad?" I said, "You started to." He nods. "I'll finish it." He goes to find his dad. I hear him say, "Thank you." Felix says, "I was on drugs before. It was a medical opinion. I'm never recovering from this boy." Never.